If you don't own your mind, someone else will. The world will program it for you, feeding it with fear, distractions, and weakness. So ask yourself right now, who's in control, you or your mind? Let me break it down for you. Not owning your mind means you're trapped in social media addictions that steal your time, negative self-talk that poisons your confidence, procrastination that chains you to regret, and fear of judgment that keeps you small. Your mind is like a wild beast, dragging you into chaos if you don't train it. A cage locking you in, a wild horse running wild, unless you grab the reins and take command. But here's the shift of power. Ownership starts with awareness. Your mind doesn't belong to fear or doubt. It belongs to you, but only if you take it back every single day. Because an owned mind brings clarity, discipline, and unbreakable focus, while an unowned one drowns you in chaos, regret, and wasted potential. So let's get practical. First, control your inputs. Guard what enters your mind. The content, the people, the environment. Because garbage in means garbage out. Feed it power, not poison. Then dominate your self-talk. Make your inner voice your greatest ally by speaking discipline instead of excuses. Train it to build you up, not tear you down. Discipline daily with small wins that stack into massive control. Every time you say no to comfort and yes to growth, you reclaim another piece of your mind. And train your focus like a superpower. Cut the distractions, sharpen your attention, because when you own it, you own your future. This world wants to hijack your mind. Ads, noise, fear, negativity, they all want a piece of you. But you're stronger than that. You're the owner. You're the commander. You tell your mind where to go, and it obeys, not the other way around. Own your focus. Own your discipline. Own your mind. Own it now. Stop living like a prisoner of your thoughts. Take back the keys. Own your mind, and you'll own your life. Because the greatest empire you'll ever rule is the one inside your head. You're not tired. You're weak, and your mind is the reason why. If you don't control your mind, it will control you, and it'll drag you down, humiliate you, and own you. Your mind is the most dangerous enemy you'll ever face. It whispers excuses. It feeds you doubts. It convinces you to quit when things get uncomfortable. And if you let it, it will bury you in mediocrity. And right now, it's winning. It's convincing you to sleep in, to give up, to settle, to numb out with porn, junk, lies. It's feeding you fear like it's truth and calling surrender self-care. Wake the hell up. Your mind is a weapon, but only if you are in control. Otherwise, it becomes a prison. A loop of doubt, distraction, and self-sabotage that keeps you broke, alone, and forgotten. The soft, lazy version of you will lose. The savage, disciplined version will dominate. But you choose who leads. So either you master your mind, or your mind will master you. And when it does, it won't just mess you up. It will ruin your life. Discipline is doing what must be done, especially when you don't feel like it. Motivation fades. Discipline builds empires. Discipline is the bridge between dreams and results. Weak minds rely on feelings. Disciplined minds rely on commitment. Discipline is the grind you sign up for when you're serious about greatness. Comfort destroys what discipline builds. Discipline is the quiet work when no one's clapping. You don't need motivation when discipline becomes your identity. Discipline is the price tag attached to every goal worth having. Talent gets you started. Discipline decides if you finish. Discipline is choosing what you want most over what you want now. Motivation fades, the fire dies. But discipline, that's what keeps you moving when everything inside you says quit. Discipline isn't punishment, it's preparation for the life you claim you want, the path to greatness. It's not paved with talent, not luck, it's paved with discipline. You don't rise to your goals, you fall to the level of your discipline. Discipline is doing the work, whether you feel like it or not. No exceptions, no excuses. It's not about being perfect. It's about starting again, every single day, no matter how many times you fall. The world doesn't care about your intentions. It rewards results. And discipline is what turns dreams into deeds. Freedom isn't doing what you want. It's having the discipline to do what you must. Discipline is the quiet power behind every lasting success. Unseen, unshakable, unstoppable. Discipline is the bridge between wanting change and becoming it. This is where most people live.
You want to be healthier, wealthier, stronger, more successful, more at peace. You watch motivational videos, set goals, maybe even write them down. But it stays in the realm of desire, a wish, a dream, a someday. Wanting is easy. It requires no effort, no sacrifice, no risk, and that's why it leads nowhere. Discipline is the quiet master of every lasting achievement. It doesn't shout, it acts.
Not your friends, not your family, not your so-called ride or dies. When it was cold, when it was brutal, when you were broken, and begging the universe for a sign. Silence. So you get it anyway. No mentor, no hype squad, no safety net. Just you, your pain, and a fire no one cared to notice because no one was even looking. I did it alone. No handouts, no shortcuts. Just me, my grind, and my will to suffer through it. And guess what? I'm still going. Nobody clapped. Nobody checked in. They doubted. They laughed. They vanished when it got tough. But I didn't flinch. I didn't fold. I kept moving because I knew if I wanted this life, I had to take it alone. You see, when you walk through hell by yourself, you don't come back the same. You build a different kind of beast. You stop needing approval. You stop begging for support. You realize no one can stop you but you. Most people quit when they feel lonely. That's why they stay average. But me? Loneliness became my fuel. The silence sharpened my focus. And now, I don't keep going because I have to. I keep going because I know exactly how dangerous I've become. I built myself in the dark. Now, I'm coming for everything they said I couldn't have. You're wired to chase dopamine, not discipline. That's your default setting. Humans are pleasure-seeking machines. Pain avoidance is built into their DNA. No matter how disciplined or moral people pretend to be, at the end of the day, they chase feelings, not facts. They crave dopamine, not discipline. What does it really mean? It means that at the most basic biological level, you are not wired for discipline, success, or growth. You're wired for survival and comfort. Your brain doesn't care about your goals. It doesn't care about your dream body, your business, or your legacy. It cares about one thing: minimize pain, maximize pleasure, conserve energy, stay alive.
Humans are wired to seek pleasure and run from pain. That's the truth. You're built to chase dopamine, not discipline. And that's why most people stay broke, weak, and miserable. No matter how motivated people pretend to be, they'll always pick comfort over discomfort unless they rewire their mind. They'll scroll for hours, binge garbage, avoid the hard work, and call it self-care.
It's a dopamine addiction, masquerading as a lifestyle. You can't win playing that game. Success doesn't reward pleasure seekers. It rewards pain seekers, the ones who wake up and choose the hard path.
The ones who get addicted to discipline, not dopamine. You want to build a life others dream of? Then you need to stop the common tones of beacon, the problems, and the bad. Every time you chase a quick hit, kill that version of you. Get addicted to discomfort. That's where the winners live.
You're not disciplined. You're just good at lying to yourself. Wake up! You don't chase goals. You chase feelings. That hit from the like, that numb from the scroll, that temporary high of comfort while your life decays around you. Pain avoidance is wired into your DNA. You were built to survive, not to succeed. To conserve energy, not burn it. To run from discomfort, not embrace it. And yet you pretend you're different, that you want it bad. Then why are you still in bed? Why are you snacking instead of training? Why are you watching porn at 2 a.m. instead of building your future? Because you're not fighting for greatness. You're negotiating with weakness. Every time you choose ease, you prove it. You're not driven by purpose. You're hijacked by dopamine. Discipline isn't a personality trait. It's a daily war against your own biology. The world rewards those who override instinct, who lift when they want to quit, work when they're tired, say no when every fiber screams yes. If you don't master your impulses, they will master you. You want results? Then stop serving your cravings. Start starving them. Become the rare one. Not who feels good, but who does the work anyway. Because success doesn't belong to the motivated. It belongs to the ones who force action when all they want is escape. You're a pleasure-seeking machine. Fine. Now reprogram the damn thing, or stay weak forever. Netflix isn't selling content. It's selling you an escape from your life. OnlyFans ? It's not about news. It's a marketplace of people begging for validation. YouTube ? It's not videos. It's relevance. Because deep down, you're terrified of being forgotten. These platforms don't care about you. They've studied you. They know your weakness. You're wired to avoid pain and chase pleasure. That's why billions scroll their life away, numbing their reality, while their dreams rot quietly in the background. You're not lazy by nature. You're programmed to choose comfort. That's why discipline feels unnatural. That's why most people lose. But here's the cold truth. Comfort is a trap. A silent coffin that'll bury your potential while you clap for others. If you don't fight back, these platforms will keep you hooked, entertained, and empty. You have a choice. Use them as weapons to build your empire, or be used by them to build theirs. Choose your pain. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret.
You don't consume media. You numb pain with it. That binge, it's not entertainment. It's anesthesia. You're not watching shows. You're hiding from your unfinished life. From the goals you haven't hit, the work you haven't done, the person you haven't become. Netflix doesn't sell stories. It sells 3 hours of not feeling like a failure. OnlyFans? It doesn't sell bodies. It sells the illusion of being wanted, because real connection is hard, and loneliness hurts too much. YouTube? It doesn't sell videos. It sells the lie that you matter, through views, likes, comments, because silence from the world cuts deep. And you're not just scrolling, you're running. Running from discomfort, from discipline, from the brutal, quiet truth. You should be working. Pain avoidance is in your DNA, but so is potential. And right now, you're letting instinct murder ambition. Every minute you numb out is a minute you're not building, not creating, not becoming. You think you're relaxing? No, you're retreating. The world doesn't reward those who feel good. It rewards those who do hard things while others escape. So shut the screen. Kill the noise. Sit in the discomfort. Let the ache remind you, you're alive. You're capable. You're wasting it. Stop feeding your weakness. Start feeding your future. Because no app will make you great. Only action, in the face of pain, ever will.
You were built to survive, not to succeed. Evolution didn't design humans to chase goals, build empires, or master skills. It designed them to avoid danger, conserve energy, seek food, sex, and safety, minimize pain, physical and emotional, maximize short-term rewards. That's your default programming. Millions of years of evolution hardwired your brain to run from discomfort, because in the wild, pain often meant death. Burn, run, hunger, eat now, conflict, avoid, effort, save. Those instincts kept our ancestors alive. But today, they keep you weak.